Hello everyone and welcome to Fabled Nexus. We're here today, once again hanging out, having a great time. We'll be recording a video for the channel. Because actually, I don't know what else I'll be doing if I was recording a video for the channel. But anyways, I want to sit here and I want to talk a little bit about what a video I uploaded earlier the week. I'll talk about what happened to gaming, kind of like my thoughts about like how I feel about gaming. But another topic that I kind of want to get into is the thing about anime. Because of course I do enjoy watching the anime, as they call it, and everything like that. But is it different? I don't know. Like I said, I just like to talk about kind of whatever I feel like. And today I want to talk about anime because I'm like, I think there's a lot of good animes that come out sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, the old is always better, because there is some new stuff that comes out that's actually kind of bangers. They actually have a good story to them and stuff like that. But I think there's also a lot of now is I hate the long titles. I don't know. Long titles are not for me. I mean, back in the day, like, but you had like One Piece, you had Bleach, you had Naruto, you had Alt Noah is another one that I've watched, and you had the longer ones like I'm gonna mess it up. It's Neon Genesis, Evangelion. It's one of the two. I'll probably mess it up. Sorry about that. You can let me know in the comments below how to actually say that name of that the anime or whatever. But yeah, like I don't know. Like it seems like nowadays, like gaming, like I said, um, back in the day, if you were like, you liked anime, but like you're the thing that like they would just bully you for. They would hit you with it because they could. And now like it's more like except like it's more mainstream, like gaming and stuff like that, and it's like, all right, like that's cool. That's cool. We like being here in the day to day life of like watching anime on the fly, but and like everything's like no like isekai, some fantasy type thing. At least ones I watch. I mean, there's other ones, of course. You have you like slice of lives. You have fantasy. You have you know isekais, all this stuff. And there's some good ones coming out. I like Sakamoto Days. I actually do like Sakamoto Days. It's one of the very very new ones that came out that I actually do enjoy. But I don't know. Is it something? It's like one of those things. It's like, oh, like when it gets mainstream, like everyone's doing it. There's always this new stuff. There's always new people. And some actually are really good writers that have really good story to them. But at the same time, some of them isn't. Like there's some that isn't as great. Like there's some that's like, oh, you have a lot of things like, oh, like I just saw the other day like a top 50 ranking. I think they just posted not too long ago. Like I think Screamman did one. I saw a video about someone talking about that actually before I made this video, because that's when we actually talked about this video. And there was a lot of animes on there that like I've never heard of. There's some I've heard of and some I've not, but they had like number one is Mob Psycho 100, which Mob Psycho 100. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty good. I like I enjoyed the watch. It wasn't like terrible or anything, but like there wasn't no Bleach. There was, of course, if people go One Piece. Like, some people say One Piece is complete trash or dump fire, but whatever. I I I like it, but there's some parts of the story that drags on a little bit longer than it should, and that's how it is. I even put Bleach in there. And I am a is probably out of back what they called the big three of that time period. I guess I liked it the best. I enjoyed that one the best. Like I watched Bleach the most. I rewatched it many times, and I'm glad that they actually went back and started to animate the Thousand Year Blood War. It's really nice. We like it. Um, but yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like it's like the same thing as just like I don't watch anime as much as I used to, especially like the newer generation of anime a lot. I mean, I will sometimes if I really get into it, if I really feel like it's actually a story I want to follow. But I'm not one of those people that I just watch anime anymore. Like I used to sit down and I could watch tons of anime for like hours and hours on it, and like it didn't matter. I was on that shit. I was doing it. I was there, right? And I've watched all types of like anime. I've watched Slice of Lives. I've watched, shonen like battle like animes. Like I've seen a lot of different genres of animes of my time, and it's nowhere close to the catalog of stuff that's actually out there. But yeah, sometimes the new stuff I'm like, all right, it's like it's cool. Sometimes I feel like there is very tropes that's overdone, and they keep as an old saying where I am from. You just keep beating the dead horse. Like that's what it is saying. That pretty much means you just keep like the horse is already down. You just keep like beating it because it's just like all right, it's already there. You just keep beating dead horse. That's a saying, whatever. You have to give me that one, but yeah, I'm just like okay, like Isekais, right? Let's go to Isekais. I mean, you know him, you see him a lot. There is very few things that like innovate on that. I feel like sometimes nowadays, with especially with anime and stuff like that. I mean, I think ReZero is it what I think it is, the one with Subaru in it. I like that one. I like that one. I don't know if you would call it isekai or not. Because here's the thing: at first when I like isekai, one of the most ones you heard of a lot is Sword Art Online, where it's not like he died or anything and went to another world. He physically went to another world, and at that time, that is what the isekai genre I felt like was. Might be wrong about that, but that's at the time that's what I thought it was. Like it's like okay, you are pretty much leaving your reality to go somewhere else and do other things, have adventures, right? And now it's just like, oh, here's this guy that magically just gets whisked away, or that time I got reincarnated into whatever, or I started my life as a level 2 aristocrat or something. I think it's one of them and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, like that's cool, I guess. But sometimes they see like they're just like printing copies off from a printer. Like they just like put, oh, that's a nice idea, shoot it, ship it, ship it, and that's all they do. And some of them aren't bad, but it's like I can see like the repetition of it and everything is very old. Sometimes it gets old to me. Like they're like, "Oh, this new anime is coming out. It's gonna be a banger," and then I'm like, "Is it though?" I'm like, "Is it?" I'm like, and there's a few that I'm actually gonna look for coming out of them coming out and everything. But most time it's like, "Oh no, like that one was mid at best." I mean, I get flamed for this, but me and my friend was talking about one time. I might have to get him on the episode to talk about this. And we talked about Demon Slayer one time, and like we're like, okay, like the animation, the music, like it carries the thing, because sometimes the story just isn't it. It's the story sometimes just isn't it. I mean, the story is cool. Like I like the good flashy moments and all that stuff, and but if you really think about it, it is kind of I think confirmed that like the people when they of course it's anime because they have to put flair on it. It's a visual effects, but there is very few that actually like you see the effects of the sword, right? Like if you was like watching like some dude, it's just them fighting around. Of course it's anime. You have to, it's been some disbelief in there, as you do, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like we was like talking about that, and it's like everyone's like, "Oh, it's great anime." And it's all right. It's not a great anime. I mean, I watched it all, and I'll probably finish it. And then you have like you have My Hero, which people dog on My Hero a lot, and then it's the same thing for me. Like it's all right most of the time. Like I do enjoy the story for the most part. I think most of the characters are very interesting. Um, like and you always want to see like the ending of that. So if you hear the witches cackling downstairs, that's my brother. But yeah, you just hanging out, and that's just how it is. It's just like you have that, and some older ones. I don't know if they'll have Gurren Lagann. Is it Gurren Lagann or Gurren Lagann? I don't know. I watched that one. I enjoyed that. You have also like Log Horizon. Let's see about Isekais and like in game worlds. Log Horizon is actually probably one of my top 10 animes of all time. I actually do need to finish reading up on that one and stuff like that because I haven't actually fully finished it yet. But I need to. It's one of those things I put on the back burner. I have a lot of things on the back burner I need to get to at some point. But like Log Horizon, love Log Horizon. Good anime. Good anime, good manga. In my opinion, you have Overlord, which I do like Overlord, and some people don't like Overlord, but I don't know. I like the characters because like to me, it doesn't matter how like great the animation is. Like the animation doesn't have to be great. If you have a compelling story and good characters behind it, then I'm on board. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think sometimes there's a lot of these things where like they have good animation, or like the story's like kind of there and not like right there, and like maybe like the characters are off, and I'm like, if they just made the characters a little bit more like there, and I know sometimes they're looking for specific type of audiences and stuff like that. They're trying to capture certain types of people as other audiences, of course. But yeah, like that's for me. Like I do actually really care about story as of most like the anime I watch. Of course, as well, I do like seeing big bombastic fights. As you know, like that's just one of those things that you watch anime to do. You watch it for that moment. And you're just sitting there and you're just having a great time. Have a good time watching anime because it's like an escape, I guess. It's like playing games and stuff. Like it's an escape that you can have, and it's like, oh, but I would like to be in these worlds, and who hasn't sat there and thought about like, oh, why not just want to be isekai somewhere? Like everyone's thought about being isekai somewhere at the time, at some point in their life. Whether they actually it actually happens or not, who knows? But you know, it takes away from sometimes what the boringness of the world we live in now is, because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like well, for me anyways, I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes the world is kind of boring. You kind of just sit there, you go your day to day life type stuff, and then that's it. That's all you kind of do. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I probably didn't talk exactly what people were thinking about, like um and it's just like, no, what happened to it? It's like, I don't know. It's the same thing as everything else. It's like as I get older, I move on to different things. I have different hobbies, like interests I want to go into. But yeah, overall, I still think anime is doing pretty all right. I mean, there's a few things going down the pipeline that isn't probably great, as in every industry at this point. But that's why we're here. That's why we do what we're gonna do. But yeah, I've been yapping for about 12 minutes or so. I hope everyone has enjoyed this video. If you have, you can subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. If you feel like it's always appreciated. That's it is what it is. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, like I said, do all that fun stuff. Yeah, just tell me maybe what your favorite anime is in the description. Always helps me out seeing the engagement in this thing. And yeah, peace. Enjoy your day.